Hi, welcome back to Vintage Vera Bradley. I thought I'd do a quick video to show lots of shades of gray, different tones of gray, warm grays, cool grays, different patterns where the main theme here is either gray as the solid pattern or gray as a background color or gray as one of the accent colors. So I'll go through each of these items and tell you the name of the item and the pattern. So first up, this is a mini Trapeze Cosmetic in Perennials Gray. So let's get that in nice and close. And why I chose this particular item is I really liked this border that they had done. And these are fairly inexpensive, especially if you can get them on sale, especially find good deals on these on Amazon. And so you can see you have this shade of gray. This color here, to me, looks almost like a really dark purplish blue. And then the interior pattern on this, I really like. See that? And then this side over here is plasticized. And I like how thin these can fold down. So it's a nice size cosmetic to carry in smaller purses. It doesn't, it's not quite as bulky as like the mini cosmetic. So again, that's the mini Trapeze Cosmetic in Perennials Gray. Okay, so next up here, we have the Zip Around Essential Oil Case in Plaza Tile. And so you can see a different shading of gray. I would say this one is more of a warmer gray and this is a little bit more cooler gray. And I really like these. I don't use essential oils. I'd be highly allergic to something like that. But I like the plasticized lining, and this is just nice and sturdy. Like, I'm pushing pretty hard and this does not collapse down. And so I have one of these that I store some equipment in that I use in my consulting work for augmentative and alternative communication. It is a nice protective sturdy case for a switch that I use for switch scanning access. And I really like this interior. So I have several of these saved in my Amazon cart, and I watch for them to go on a really good deal. And so I liked, the purples in here and the feathers. What's interesting is I have a coin pouch in this pattern and initially was not really impressed. It just felt real coarse, rough, flimsy, but I think because this item is very sturdy, I'm not sure what's in there, but like it's very not collapsible. I'm sure to protect those essential oils, which I don't use this for, but I like the sturdiness of this item. Again, that's the Zip Around Essential Oil Case in Plaza Tile. My newest item here that I just received yesterday is the item I found on Amazon for an even greater discount, better deal than what was on the Vera Bradley website. And so, of course, I went for that because it arrived in 2 days versus shipping from Vera Bradley is taking quite a while right now. I have something that I placed an order on, I think it's going on 5 days ago, and it still says it's processing. Like it hasn't even shipped. It hasn't even been verified that it is going to ship. So that's going to be an ongoing saga for a different video. But for this came within 2 days. This is the mini Totepack in the pattern Tranquil Gray. And I really like this. What started me down this path was I had seen on Amazon the tissue holder in this pattern. And I'd gotten my mom a small Vera tote in that pattern in the back, which is Deep Night Paisley Neutral. And I wanted just a little something extra to go with it as an accessory. And of course, they don't have that pattern in a tissue holder. And that's a retired pattern, and it's kind of hard to find things that are affordable. So I got this for a great deal on Amazon. And it coordinates really well. I'll show that up against that when I get to that item. But that's what led me down like, oh, I really do like that pattern. All the intricate detail. And so let me show you. I was a little surprised on the size of this is a little bit smaller than I was anticipating. So I'll show it against a comparison of some things in the Performance Twill here in a bit. But it has a front zip pocket. I don't have anything in there right now, but you can see the lovely pattern on that interior. And then it has these snap. And then you have, go all the way down the sides here. I like that a lot. So if you set it down, it's going to stand up and things aren't going to fall out. What I put in the base of this to help it be able to stand up is I got the on the roll, which I really like these. And look at this on Amazon, like got that pattern placement right in the middle, lines up well. Again, these are nice and sturdy. So just a nice pouch, and I like putting it in the base of something like this to give it some stability. So again, there's a look. This pocket right here, I don't know why they made it quite that narrow. This tissue holder just barely fits in there, and then I have a pin over in this other one in, I think that's Blue Bayou. And then I also got the wide loop keychain in Tranquil Medallion. And so I just keep keys back there. And so I'm going to put this back down in here. This notebook, I don't have room for that in there, so I'm just putting it off to the side. And then I just have my usual relic wallet. So I'm going to zip that back up. Whoops. So I like that it has a double zip. And then here on the back, I like that on the end here, they put this little detail on the end of the straps. And these are like a cotton webbing. They're not slick, and they're padded. And then you have here on the side a place where you could put your cell phone. It was a pretty tight fit for me. So I'm keeping my sanitizing wipes in there. And my cell phone, instead, I'll probably keep in this front pocket. So that's the mini tote pack, and that's the items I have in Tranquil Medallion. All right, so next back here, get some room, is I have this little item called a stadium pouch in gray white bandana. And I also have a really large duffel that I got for a really good deal on the online outlet sale several months ago, and then found this to go with it. Just a nice simple little pouch with a plain gray lining. But I liked that, you know, it's pretty neutral, so it can go with lots of my other things, not just what you see here. Then after that, I have, let's see, this medium Travel Cosmetic, and it's called Happy Hydrangeas. It's a microfiber fabric, and I'm not sure exactly what shade of gray. If anyone knows, you can leave me a comment that's in the background here, but it's microfiber. I verified that when Vera Bradley still had Instagram accounts. I asked one of those stores. And you can see the lining is this pretty hydrangea pattern. And you can see I got a hummingbird right there. So just really like the embroidery on this and the feel of that. All right, so then I have this item is called the Lighten Up Wipes Pouch in Zen Gray. And this definitely has more bluish gray undertones. And I don't really have a reason to have the wipes part filled up, but it's just a nice little pouch to use when you're traveling. And look at that interior. I always wish they would have come out with something with this fabric as an exterior. But really like that. So yet another shade of gray. And then here is a Carson mini shoulder bag / crossbody. I always use it as a crossbody. And the pattern Felicity Paisley. So this is an example of something in a much deeper, darker, kind of charcoal gray. And then the interior looks like that. And I just have the carrying strap stored inside right now. Makes me sad that they discontinued. This was like a really great size bag for me. So Felicity Paisley. And over here, this is the medium family tote in the pattern It's Raining Hedgehogs. This was a Kohl's item and the fabric is Ripstop. I'll see if I can show you what that means. See that slight grid look on the back? In this particular item, I don't really mind it because it has this nice rubberized kind of lining that gives some sturdiness to it. So if you didn't have this lining, this would be a very floppy bag. But it's just a simple open tote with one slip pocket. They're kind of hard to describe. They're not cotton webbing, but they're also not slicky seatbelt material. So they're kind of something in between. I haven't had the problem with them slipping on my shoulder. So again, that I got in an online outlet sale. All right, so lastly, and the main color here is not gray. The main color is a very deep, 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 almost between a navy and a black. But it's a nice neutral pattern. And I was going to show you how some of the items compare with the mini tote pack to give you a rough idea of size. So I have some items stored inside of here. All right, so this is a triple zip Hipster in Performance Twill. So this is a little bigger, wider, a little bit deeper than a cotton one of these, but it's pretty comparable, not in width obviously, but that gives you a rough estimate of the size of what this is. And then I happen to have a small backpack in Performance Twill. Let me back up here. So very similar in size. This one kind of goes more to a wedge versus this one's kind of the same width. I think really the whole thing. On this one you get side pockets, although they're pretty tight. I think you might be able to squeeze a small water bottle in there. I haven't tried. I found this on eBay, I think. New with tags. So that's what that looks like. So yeah, this mini tote pack is roughly the same size as the small backpack. I don't have a small backpack in cotton, but I would think it'd be probably similar. I've seen other people post that it's similar in size. So hope this helps. You see various shades of gray and then a size comparison so you know what size to expect on a mini tote pack.